Let's get into some football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got XFL versus USFL. How do you feel about them merging? Because it's 8 teams in both leagues. I mean, it's four here, four there. They come together, you'll have 16, 8 versus 8. I think it would be a good idea for them to merge. And then it will make it like a bigger, say, like G League for the NFL. You know what I mean? Because
Uh,
both
one
of
thing
them,
about expansions is that it costs to expand. You know, you
yeah.
merge these teams, you gotta the game rules have to apply. So if the USFL and the XFL have different rules as far as the game,
Yeah.
you got to talk about that. Um, the one way the XFL is gets their money is, well, they're trying to make their money.
Mhm.
And so what they do is there's a lot of like on-field cameras,
Yeah.
the interviews for teams. I don't know if you heard like they like player interviews. They're a little bit more funny, they're energetic.
Man, just in the course of the game, you'll get tight, so I'm just trying to stay loose. Keep the juices flowing, right? Yeah, got to. Years old, man, gotta stay loose.
30 years young.
Wait, 30 years young, you right?
And we are back here with Houston Roughnecks DeMarcus Gates, who was just ejected. You see, though, he's signing autographs. What did you get ejected for? What happened?
To be honest, I don't know.
The XFL is a lot of entertainment in it, as
Yeah.
far as like getting people on screen, because they're trying to create superstars out of these players that could then push them up. So there's a lot of marketing that's involved with just the aspect of the actual XFL game. Like if you watch the XFL game, somebody scores a touchdown, camera smack in their face.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's
You're on,
actually kind of cool.
they're on the bench, the camera smack in their face.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the USFL is like that, but it's like
It kind of
that's how the XFL is getting its push. Because people will be like, oh, Buddy is hilarious. I want to watch him play every day. Just because I want to hear what he says on the sidelines. So, like I said, as far as like ownership and teams and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure there'd have to be agreement on that. And there's aspects from one game that you like versus aspects from the other game that you like.
yeah.
Right now I think the XFL is the top dog in the situation. They're the A side, if we're putting it in boxing terms.
Yeah, I agree.
XFL is the A side fighter for sure, so they got all the rights. I don't know what the viewership numbers are looking like. I don't know what everybody's money splits are doing, but
Yeah. Actually, the XFL actually took a hit because of fan retention. I think they lost some money. Like they lost a couple million or so. I don't know. Let me ask you this. So Friday night, nah, Saturday night, XFL, USFL, tickets on sale. Who are you gonna go see?
um, if we're talking the X, I probably have to say the XFL because the XFL has a DC team,
Mm-hmm.
the DC Defenders,
Yeah.
and for a while the DC Defenders were undefeated. I think they went to the actual championship game against I guess it's called the Virginia Renegades. I don't know for certain, but I
Renegade.
think the name of the team's called the Virginia Renegades.
No, it's
And
not.
they ended up,
I think it's.
what's the name?
I believe it's Houston Renegades. No, let me look up the team.
Yeah, give me the XFL teams, please. Because I know this the DC Defenders, and they had like an undefeated record. They was looking better than the Commanders. That's why everyone was hype about the XFL over here. They was like, oh, they better than the Commanders. Hold on.
Yeah, you're
Let's
talking
watch
about.
them.
Yeah, you're talking about Arlington. That's in Arlington, Texas, not Arlington, Virginia. Yeah, it's the Arlington Renegades in Texas.
Oh, so Virginia don't got a squad.
Nah, they don't.
Okay, so cool. So yeah, we rocking with the DC Defenders.
Yeah,
And that's a cool name.
that is.
And they were winning. So if you ask me XFL or USFL, I'd
Yeah,
have to go XFL just based on the fact that their team is that's the local mob.
Okay.
and
All
they're doing better than the NFL mob.
right.
So it's like say if the Pittsburgh, I
Hmm.
mean no, if Pittsburgh, if they put an XFL team in Pennsylvania, they are going to have a rough time competing because of the fan loyalty associated with the Eagles and the Steelers.
Not to cut you off because USFL they have the Pittsburgh Maulers, I believe, and I think they're doing pretty good.
I was unaware of that. But I mean, you would have to put the XFL or USFL teams in somewhat smaller or major cities.
Mhm.
Like you would have to, especially if you have enough people for it. And if they're not in season, then that's what you would want.
Yeah,
But yeah, like DC Defenders, like if DC Defenders became a pipeline to become a commander, that's cool. If you're cooking for Pittsburgh and next thing you know, you get a look at from the Philadelphia Eagles or the Pittsburgh Steelers, that should be fair.
yeah.
But overall, would I watch them if they merged? Yes. If I had to pick one or the other, I'd rather watch the XFL just because the DC Defenders are here. But if it's on the TV, I mean, I don't mind watching either or.
It looks like USFL has had more players actually signed to NFL rosters. Like looking at the news and stuff right now, I mean, Brown signed former USFL champion cornerback. Um, I believe a quarterback from the Michigan Stallions, he signed to the Packers. And then it's just a lot of USFL players are making it to the NFL. Like the Cowboys, they signed, what's his name? Josh Butler, cornerback, played at Michigan State, then went to the USFL, balled out. It's a lot. Like a lot of players making it from the USFL to the NFL versus XFL players. I mean, yeah, they have some standout stars, but I don't know. USFL is looking pretty good right now, to be honest with you.
But you gotta I feel like the USFL is connected to
Mhm.
the NFL though, right?
Yeah, through
Or is that
history.
USA football? Because remember as kids, like you had like the US football team, USA football, and like 16U, and y'all go play against Canada and go whoop on them and come back home.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I know a couple people that did that. Is that not a pipeline to USFL? Because I know they're connected.
I don't
I
believe.
feel like
I think USFL is like standalone, but looking at it from a history context, like you had some NFL players that went to the USFL, like Herschel Walker, he played
mhm.
and he went to the NFL. It's more of a history standpoint because like the 19
That's what I was about to say. They've been like the USFL has been around for a long time.
yeah, the XFL only had that 1 year, I believe in 2001 with Vince McMahon being the owner, CEO and all that. And then that year, I think he only played like a couple games and just shut down.
Yeah, but
Versus,
everyone been trying to relive that moment because that was a time. That
yeah,
was a time, boy.
yeah. And especially early 2000s football was different. Like the rules and the play style, the hitting and all that, penalties for hits were like non-existent. Now it's like you hit somebody the wrong way, you're not playing for a couple of games.
Yeah, it's an offensive league now. Like you can play as much defense as you want, but I mean you can't hit people the same.
Yeah.
And I understand safety first, but that was kind of part of why I played
Because of
the
defense.
hits. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to hit people the way Ray Lewis hit people.
Patrick
I
Leonard.
wanted to do that exactly the way he did it. I want to hit you in your ribs, make you, make you lose breath, all that. Like that was the goal. Like you live to finish a game or finish practice and look at that film from it and be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that was bad.
Yeah.
Don't want to do it again."
Especially make that hit, like it just wakes you up, excites you more in the game. Next thing you know, you're really going out there hitting everybody, having fun. Like even the gang tackles, like you wind up hitting your teammate and like
Yeah,
take
man.
everybody to the ground.
Friendly fire, friendly fire.
Yeah.
Boom.
I'm rich, guys.